Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Manning, and in today's video, I will be going over the 5 reasons I switched to PC. Now, most of these are subjective, but obviously there's going to be a bit of objective statements and things that will be tied in this because these are obviously my opinions, and these are the reasons I switched to PC. Some of these reasons may not apply to you guys at all, or maybe you really don't care about anything that I have to say about reasons to switch to PC gaming. I'm not trying to tell anybody they should. I just am stating the reasons that I switched, and maybe some people can be like, oh, yeah, that's some good reasons, and maybe they want to try to switch, or maybe they just entertain the idea that they want to switch. So, with that out of the way, let's get into the video. Now, the first reason that I switched to PC gaming is that there are more budget options. Now, this doesn't mean that there's a lot of low budget options, of course there is, but this means that whatever budget you have, you can pretty much build a PC for it. Besides, obviously, $100, you can build a PC for that price, but it's just not going to be anything near what you want. But say you want a $400 PC that compete with console gaming, you can do that. Say you want a $10,000 PC that's top of the line, has fastest everything in it, you can do that. Obviously, that's very overkill for gaming. The only people who usually do anything near that is either YouTubers who are just going over the top, or people who are doing workstation editing, or just something on a big scale that requires a lot of horsepower in their computer. But yeah, you can do anything from 400, 500, 600, etc. My personal computer is $700, and with the computer, monitors, keyboard, mouse, everything like that, I'm going to spend somewhere around $1,000, and it came in at $950 for the computer and the 2 monitors. And I did get a pre-built, but that's just because prices for PC components were out of the world. But yeah, I personally would recommend building PC, but there are so many budget options and so many options for hardware to put in your PC as well, that that's just one reason I switched to PC gaming, because with the PlayStation and Xbox, there's very limited selection. With the PlayStation, you can only go regular PS4 or PS4 Pro. With the Xbox, you can go regular Xbox, Xbox One S, or Xbox One X. And it's just very silly because the regular Xbox One and the X, they're pretty similar. The X can do, quote, 4K gaming, but it's just not up to the quality that most people wanted it to be. But yeah, there's very limited options, whereas in PC gaming, there's a whole slew of options and prices for your budget. The next reason I switched to PC gaming was the ability to change your settings in-game, and this is an absolutely huge reason to join or start PC gaming, is because on the PlayStation and the Xbox, heck, even the Switch, you can't change your settings in the games besides very minimal. You can't change anything to do with the graphics; those are preset, and you can't change the frame rate cap if there is one. You can't change. There's very little things you can change. Heck, most of the games don't even have a field of view changer in them, which is absolutely horrendous. I think field of view is the most amazing thing in the world, but that's not the point. The point is that there's ability to change your setting on PC. If I want to play at 1080p at 150 frames per second on my computer, I can. If I want to play at 1440p at 90 frames per second, I can. Whatever I want to do, I can do. And say if I have a 1080 Ti in my PC, but I don't want to play at 4K, or I don't have a 4K monitor, I can go 1440p and overkill 1440p and usually get guaranteed over 100 frames per second on almost all games. I can do that. If I want to turn my graphics down all the way to low to get a super high frame rate in a competitive game because I have a 240 hertz monitor or something like that, I can do that. If I want to turn off the graphics to super high and just get 30 frames per second in a very beautiful game and make it super pretty and gorgeous looking. I can do that. Whatever I want to do with the settings, I can do for graphics wise. And also, I can do windowed mode, I can do full screen mode, I can do full screen windowed mode. And yeah, there's just so many options in game to change the settings around and tinker them to how you exactly want them to. Now, the next reason I switched to PC gaming is that there's no payment or paying for online. This means, like, on PlayStation, you have the PlayStation cards that you have to buy. I think they're $60 a year now. They used to be $50, which was kind of nice because they were cheaper than Xbox. But now Xbox and PlayStation, you are charged $60 a year to pay for online. Now, this may not seem like a lot. A lot of people are like, oh, you get the free games. But most people only download like 1 or 2, maybe 3, 4 of the games out of all the year that they use the PlayStation or Xbox membership. And that's not even, like, on PC you can buy 4 games for like $20, where you just wasted $40 to pay for online or anything like that. And heck, if you don't like any of the games, then it's so dumb because you have to pay for online, and that's just very dumb. But also, the whole games thing is on Steam and other various sites that give out games sometimes. Like Steam, they have free weekends. Sometimes they give out games. Other websites just give out games to try to make their service more noticed and stuff like that. But it's so awesome because you don't have to pay for online. Also, with the whole paying for online thing, I think I've spent 3 years on PlayStation paying for online, which is $180. If I would have been able to add that to the PlayStation's cost, which is like $400 when it first came out, which is when I bought it, that's $580. You could build a pretty good PC for that price with like a GTX 1060, which is basically the equivalent for the graphics card I have now, and you could play 1080p, mostly max out settings on most games, and it absolutely wrecks a console. So for that price and the not paying for online, you are super set with PC gaming, and it's so awesome not having to pay online, because in fact my PlayStation membership's about to run out, and I just said I'm not gonna pay it because all I ever do to go on my PlayStation is talk to friends, because I did leave a lot of friends on PlayStation, but it's okay because I made some new ones. Alright, the fourth reason that I switched to PC was the ability to do more things. Now, what I mean by this isn't like the ability to do more games or anything like this. I mean that you can edit. Of course, you can edit it on the PlayStation, but it's a very finicky software, and it takes forever to edit a video, and it takes forever to upload it and all that stuff. But with PC, you can edit, you can record your gameplay super easily. You can do it on PlayStation and stuff like that, but you have free software that you can use to record and edit your videos. Also, I can mine Bitcoin if I want to. I can make money off of my graphics card, which can essentially pay for my whole computer if I do it for long enough. Also, there's a bunch of other things you can do. You can obviously listen to music. You can do that on there too, but it's very janky software with Spotify on there. And also, you have any source of listening you want. You can watch Twitch while you're playing a game, whereas on the PlayStation you can't do that. You can multitask. You can be playing a game with like a Google Chrome tab open if you have 2 monitors, and you can be playing a game, and then when you're off time or you're loading into a game or something like that, you can be looking up stuff. Yeah, it's just super awesome. There's a lot more ability to do more things on PC, whereas on console all you can really do is like browse the web, and that's a pretty janky experience, being honest. Play games, like watch Twitch and YouTube, which are actually pretty decent. Yeah, but you can do a whole lot more on PC. Now, the fifth and final reason that I switched to PC gaming is because there are more games on PC. Now, most people say that the higher quality games are in console, but almost all console games are on PC. There are very few console exclusives, actually there's a decent amount, but there's just not compared to the amount of exclusives PC has. PC has so many exclusives. Most people refer to them as like indie titles or whatever, but heck, there's CSGO, there's PUBG, there's a whole slew of other games that a lot of people switch to PC, in fact, to play. And there's just a ton of game on Steam. There's easily over 10,000 games on Steam. I don't know the exact number. That would be pretty hard to find, honestly, I think. But there's a whole ton of games. As I said, I know there's at least over 10,000 games on Steam, which is absolutely insane. And I guarantee you, if you look at the consoles, there's nowhere near that amount of games. Also, with the whole more games thing, you do get to keep your games on PC. That's right, you can keep your games as long as you keep your account, which if you don't keep your account and you bought games on it is kind of silly. Whereas each console cycle upgrade, you have to buy new games, or if they do have the cross-platform like sharing thing, I can't remember what that's called, but where you can like retrieve your old games. Usually you either have to pay a little bit, or it's just a very few select amount of games, which honestly sucks so bad. I can't believe I ever fell for console gaming with the whole not being able to keep your games thing. I already have like 60 something games on PC because they're so cheap, and I'm just excited that I can keep them forever, which is honestly why I bought so many, and I really didn't spend that much on them, to be honest. But yeah, that's the fifth reason that I switched to PC gaming. So those are the 5 reasons, or a main reason at least. There are obviously some smaller reasons that I switched to PC. Obviously, like I said, this is no way saying that it's better. I can see the reasons why you would like console. Objectively, PC is technically better. I'll make a video on that if you guys would like. But these are the reasons that I switched to PC and why I saw it as a worthy investment, because obviously $955 or whatever it costs, I think it was like $950, something like that, is not a small investment by any means unless you have a lot of money. But yeah, those are just the 5 reasons I switched to PC. I personally am so happy with my decision, and I recommend it. I'm not going to force it on anybody, because obviously there's a lot of factors that make people not want to switch to PC, like learning keyboard and mouse, stuff like that, or honestly losing a lot of their friends that they already have on PlayStation or Xbox. Yeah, but those are just my reasons why I switched to PC gaming, and I hope you saw the upsides to PC gaming and why I switched to them. Have a good day, everybody. Peace out. It's been Manning18.